All right, welcome back.
Yeah, we've been learning all about making homemade organic sourdough all morning with Helen from Honey Bear Breads in Simsbury.
So let's get back out to Marcy Jones. Marcy, how's the bread coming along? Are you rising to the occasion?
Yes, give us this day, our daily bread. I'm so excited. I'm here with my new friend Helen. I've been just picking her brain when the camera's off, asking her all of my sourdough questions because I am in the middle of my sourdough journey. Thank you so much for asking. So we've got a lot to explain here, but I think a lot of times, Helen, people overcomplicate sourdough when really it's supposed to be basic, right?
Totally. It's a very basic recipe. It's literally just flour, water, salt, and your sourdough starter, which is also just flour and water.
Yep.
So the ingredients are very basic. And the skill is, I mean, honestly, it just takes a lot of patience. And I think that's probably where people overcomplicate it.
Yes, because people wake up and they're like, oh, I want sourdough bread. And you're like, you can have it in 5.5 days.
Yeah, totally. It's more like a day and a half to 2 days. But yes, it does take a couple of days for a good loaf of bread for that fermenting to happen.
Right.
So,
okay. And then also, I think the intimidation factor comes in with like keeping your starter alive, like feed it. People are like, I have to feed it. Yeah. But it's not, again, it's not something that is going to consume your life.
Totally. Yeah. And it actually is very hard to kill a starter.
Okay, good to know.
And so if you keep it in your fridge, like you could keep it there, even if you forgot about it for a little while, it would be okay. It might develop a little bit of liquid on the top. All you do is you just dump that out, feed it some flour and water. It'll be totally fine.
Okay, fantastic. So what do we do? What are we showing everybody?
I've kind of prepped things at different stages, but this is kind of how you would start. You've got your flour, your water, your salt, and your starter here. And the starter is active. It's a little bubbly, a little thick.
Okay.
So you would mix all of that together.
Yeah.
And then it doesn't look like this right away. It's going to be kind of a shaggy dough.
Okay.
And
don't panic if it doesn't look as good.
Don't panic. It's going to be messy at first. It's going to look kind of shaggy. And you're going to do what's called a stretch and fold, where you're kneading the bread.
Yeah.
And it is exactly what it sounds like. You're literally picking it up to stretch it and fold it over.
Okay.
And you do that like every 20 to 30 minutes, like 4 times. So it takes like 2 hours for it to kind of do that process. Then you let it sit out and bulk ferment, which basically is just rise. So this has been sitting out all night.
She's a beaut.
And so then we're going to shape it. So I'm going to pull it out here. And you can see like it kind of comes cleanly off the bowl. I'll just move that right there.
I'm going to let you do the shaping because you're the expert.
Okay, all right.
I don't want to mess up your loaf.
We're going to just like gently tug it.
Okay.
So this is called laminating, and we're just kind of gently, we don't want to tear it. We're just kind of pulling it apart here.
Okay.
And then we're just going to kind of fold it over.
Oh gosh, it already smells so good.
I know. Can you smell it?
Yes.
Yes. And then I like to kind of like roll it up. Mm-hmm. So I kind of go like this.
Like a little burrito.
Like a little burrito. And then we're just giving it that tension on the countertop here to kind of form it into kind of like our little dough ball here.
This is very mesmerizing. It's very soothing.
You can just kind of push and pull. You're welcome to try if you want.
I'm nervous.
You push and pull.
And then I see, though, we've got to point out that you get a little fancy with it because you've been doing it for a while.
A little fancy. So I have my my scoring blade.
Yeah.
And all this is I'm just giving it little scores right there for the decoration. But what you do always need is this expansion score, this big one right there in the middle. Yeah. That's where the steam comes out. So one thing that's important when you're baking sourdough is you want it to be really hot and really steamy. Okay. So that's why typically people use a Dutch oven. Yeah. Because that gets it that steam.
Keeps that moisture in
there.
there.
Sometimes you even see people put like ice cubes in there.
Yes.
It's really steamy and hot in there. But you do need that big expansion score so that it can open up and give it kind of like that look.
I love it.
Big belly.
Now I know that you offer classes. You also have lots of already made, ready to go treats that people can buy. What is the best way for people to get the information to contact you?
So my website is honeybearbreads.com. You can order there. You can book classes there. That's the best way. Or following me on social media. I post a lot of bread drops, class dates, things like that there too.
My gosh.
Also, Honey Bear Breads.
You're making my mouth water. Thank you so much, Helen. Guys, sending it back to you. Go check out Honey Bear Breads.
I love it. Instead of album drops, we got some bread drops spinning.
Bring some back.